Hey guys, Johnny here. It's been a long time. I was on holiday, so I've been away for a while. So I'm just gonna quickly start off with a review on some cards that came out that I managed to get my hands on, obviously during the holiday. So we're gonna start off with Eden Hazard. He is a creative playmaker. As you can see, I've trained him to have good speed, good acceleration, good physical contact, balance, dribbling and shooting, and decent passing. Now, I will say with this Hazard, he has momentum dribbling. So you can see here he's got momentum dribbling as a skill, and because of the way the game is right now, and because of the players booster he's got ball protection, which is ball control, tight possession, physical contact, and balance. So what I've done with this build is I've gone for balance and strength and physical contact on this build because I think that is the best way to use these new players with the current state of the physical contact on the game. For those of you that don't know, balance and physical contact go hand in hand. Balance is so when your player is, for instance, nudged by a defender, or when a defender engages in a physical contact, it is basically how quickly your player reacts to the little bump or tackle performed on him. So that allows him to get going again as soon as possible, and obviously with the physical contact as well. You can see Hazard is strong enough to hold off some players in certain scenarios where he gets the momentum dribbling boost. And this is just a quick. Actually, I think I'll mention it in my other video. I'll save that for later. But yeah, so that's what I've gone with, and I think this is probably the best combination, as I mentioned before, the balance and the physical contact being really high. I'd say with the balance, I've gone for 98 because obviously with the form, he could go to 99 or even 100 with the boost. But obviously, you can decide to put more points into balance to get it to 99 or 100 if you want. But I think 80 physical contact and 98 balance is enough. I'll show you how I've leveled him. I've gone 8 in shooting, 8 in dribbling, 8 in dexterity, 8 in lower body, 5 in aerial. You can take the passing off if you do not want the passing, and you could put it into balance, and you could put the rest in passing. So as you can see, you get 100 balance if you want to, but I think I'm happy with the 98. I think the 98 makes more sense to me because with the form he'd get the 100 anyway, and I can put more points in passing because his passing is quite low. So yeah. So in this clip, we're going to focus on Hazard's ability of the balance and physical contact I mentioned. Now, as you can see, I think this is where Hazard really shines. I think he shines in the edge of the box slash in the box. I think that's where he's most effective with the momentum dribbling. As you're going to notice here, this is where you really want to use Hazard, and this is where the tight possession, the ball control, and the physical contact and balance come into play here, because I'm able to take the ball away. As you can see, I'm going to play this back. You're going to notice the way he moves. It feels like he almost glitches past. I believe this is, you can see Mateus. He completely glitches past Mateus. And I think that is, again, because of the high balance and high physical contact, plus the momentum dribbling, which is a nasty combination, and we're able to score. So I think that's where Hazard shines. I'll just play this again. I'm just going to show you where he really shines. Again, with the momentum dribbling, this is where you want Hazard to be, just in around the box, edge of the box. So, and then this is where he becomes like a one step above the other players. I have noticed some people say, that there isn't any point going above 99 dribbling and stuff, that there's a threshold or max. I think that's a load of bull. Let me not say that word. I think that's a load of crap, because if you don't know, with when someone puts pressure on your player, the in order for the game to simulate like you're under pressure, it reduces the stats of your players' abilities to simulate or to show that you are in fact indeed under pressure. And the only way to do that, as I mentioned before, is to reduce the stats. So if you have 95 dribbling, which people say is a threshold, then really and truly you don't, because it's going to take some stats off to compensate or to show that you are indeed under pressure. So if you had 95 dribbling and you're pressed by Puyol, for instance, it might drop down. I don't know what the exact stats it goes down by, but it does go down. So it's better to get you the stats as high as possible. So like for instance, me maybe like a 98 or 99. So that even if I do face a Puyol, in this case Mateus, as you can see, it doesn't really affect me because he has high enough dribbling stats to even where I do lose some points in the actual stat, it doesn't affect me that much. So that's what I have to say for people who always say, oh, like there's no point going above so and so and so off. But I will explain it in another video. Hopefully that should help. Again, this is an example of Hazard with the high physical contact and high balance. As you can see, although we get fouled, but please pay attention to how quickly Hazard recovers from being tackled or bumped. I'm quickly able. It's like the contact was barely applied. As you can see again, I'll play it again. Boom, he barges me, and I'm still moving. So I did notice that a lot on this Hazard build. I think I have another example. Again, this is Hazard using the high balance and high physical contact to quickly lose my defender, which is really, really nice. Again, boom. You can see he initiates a shoulder charge, but because of the high tight possession, balance, and physical contact, we're able to carry on like we weren't even touched at all. As you can see here, this is another example of the high balance and high contact with tight possession. As you can see, under pressure, but it just glides. It's like he just glitches past him. So yeah, in conclusion, I think to use this Hazard, I think is very I think I'd consider using this Hazard if with this kind of build, especially if you can get your balance to at least a 98 and your physical contact to at least an 80, and then the rest is like up to you. But I think this is the best way to make use of Hazard's ball protection as the booster, and then the other as my second booster. This is what I've gone for. So I think this is the best combination you can get with the Hazard. Obviously, the finishing is up to you, but I do think because I mentioned before, like how stats decrease when under pressure, it is advised to get your stats as high as possible so that when they are indeed under pressure, the stats aren't reduced as much as possible. Hazard, this is personal preference, obviously. I didn't give him through passing, I didn't give him one touch pass because, like I mentioned, this Hazard has momentum dribbling, so you should only be using the card to its strengths. And I think Hazard carrying the ball is his strength rather than playing like 1-2s and getting behind, which is fine. I mean, you can play like that, but I don't think if you're like a 1-2 player, I don't think this Hazard is for you. I think this is more of the dribblers or like, yeah, that's what I'd suggest. But these are the skills I've given him. I give him cut behind and turn. I think it's a must. Chop turn heel trick is obviously personal preference. Scotch move and Rabona, obviously personal preference. You can go through passing, one touch pass, weighted pass. Acrobatic finishing, I was contemplating acrobatic finishing, but then again, like I mentioned before, my stats are as high as possible. I've got 90 finishing and it should be okay, but so far it's been fine. I don't need it, but yeah, these are the skills I've gone for. But I think if I'm being realistic for everyone else, I think one touch pass, through pass, not even one touch pass, I'd say through pass, heel trick, cut behind and turn, and then the rest are all personal preference. You can go acrobatic finishing, and then maybe even maybe even weighted pass if you want. Or you could go flip flap for the ball roll if you want that. That's also a suggestion. Even Fighting Spirit, I would recommend Fighting Spirit if you can. Because again, his stamina isn't the greatest, so you can add Fighting Spirit as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.